We continue to get reaction, not just from writers like Dennis, like Pete Thamel, like the many we've talked to, Pat Forty, but also from former Penn State players as well. And we are pleased to be joined now on the phone by Matt Hahn, former Nittany Lion fullback, part of that Big Ten championship team in 2005. And Matt, I'll start you with this. What's your reaction to everything that's gone on here, not just today, but yesterday as well, with Coach Paterno's statue being taken down? What have your thoughts been?
Oh, my thoughts have been kind of all over the place. I think for me and a lot of former players, our reaction's not quite as, black and white as, the people in the media and, outsiders, because we have a tie to Penn State and we love Penn State, and we've had a relationship with Coach Paterno. So, there's still a lot of mixed emotions and, ups and downs, and sometimes I feel like, for the university and for everybody to move forward, I feel like maybe, it was a good thing that the statue got torn down, but then I, think about, the personal relationship that I had with Joe, and, I had a great relationship with him, and, Joe always treated me well. He never lied to me. I trusted him, and, part of me wants, that statue to stay up.
Well, we have been talking about one of the difficulties here in terms of reconciling the Joe Paterno that you knew or you thought you knew with the Joe Paterno that's come out as someone who knew information which could have changed the lives of some of these kids who ended up being sexual assault victims and hid that information. How do you reconcile that?
Shoot, I don't even really know. I think that, again, the saddest thing here is still, you have to keep the victims number one here, and you want to keep them in your thoughts and prayers, and you don't want to make this, because it's really about them, when it comes down to it. But, I just, Joe, Joe's a great man, and, if everything that was in that free report is true and he knew as much as he did, Joe is a great man who made a terrible, terrible mistake, and his legacy is paying the price for it.
Matt, what do you say to the players who are there currently? I mean, all of a sudden Penn State goes from being one of the teams that you think of year in and year out as being competing for Big Ten titles. Now they can't play in the Big Ten championship game, a 4-year bowl ban, some crippling scholarship reductions. What would you say to those players?
I mean, first of all, my heart goes out to those guys because, being a former player there, I know the type of pride that you have in putting on the Penn State uniform and what it stands for. And, you just feel for those guys because, Penn State recruits locally. They recruit Pennsylvania guys, Ohio guys, and a lot of these kids, have waited their whole life to be able to have the opportunity to put on that Penn State uniform, and for their experience to just be crushed. And some of these guys, have, NFL aspirations that are surely going to be affected by having a team that's not as competitive. Your heart just goes out to them, and, you just want to kind of give them words of encouragement and just tell them to, keep their nose down, keep grinding it out, believe in what Coach O'Brien is saying and preaching, and there will be, for them at some point, light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully this will make them better people, and they'll be stronger for it. But it's just my heart goes out to them, and I hope that they can be part of the healing process for everybody.
What about the university community as a whole? How does it begin to heal?
I think it's going to take a while. The university, drives that community. Football drives that community. You have to think about things that are going to be affected in that community, local businesses, other sports, other programs. So I just think it's going to take everybody kind of banding together and just, going through the ups and downs and getting over the bumps and bruises and just sticking together and staying, keeping that family atmosphere that we always, would pride ourselves on. And I think we have to, you have to focus on the fact that 4 individuals or 3 individuals that, made a terrible lapse in judgment are not the whole university. They don't speak for the, everybody that does so many great things for the university and the community, and everybody's got to realize that and move forward and realize that it's only 4 men and that, Penn State is better than that.
Matt Hahn, former Penn State fullback, appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. I know it's a difficult day for Penn Staters everywhere, but thanks for taking the time, Matt.
Thanks, guys.